Hello, this is Miss Lally, and today is Wednesday, the August it's August the 8th, and they said in my area we're supposed to be getting temperature is supposed to get the high is supposed to get up to like 94 degrees, and then the heat index is supposed to get to be 106, 104, 106. This morning they said 106. This afternoon they said 104. Either way, that's crazy hot. However, it's kind of breezy outside, so that's kind of taking the punch out of the heat wave that we're having, which is pretty cool. But just based off of what the weather people were saying, I wasn't even trying to go outside and mess around in my garden. So today, my plan was to take these seedlings out of these containers and put them in red cups. I'll show you this one. Remember my cupcake container? So that's my plan. I still got, it's only like it's almost 4 o'clock. I still got time to play around and put these in red cups. So let's see, I want to take these out. This was an experiment kind of to see if this will work for me, and it did work. However, the seedlings seemed like they were reaching for some extra lighting, even though they were outside, but they were under my carport getting morning sun. But seemed like they were starting to get a little leggy. But now they got their, I think these are the secondary leaves. They have these leaves out right now, so I want to put them in red cups, because I think if I leave them in here, they're not gonna do well. But I guess it's okay for a starter. Like, these are starting up right here, and this is, oh my goodness, good thing I wrote this stuff down, what I have planted in here, because it's gone off of here. But I think this was good starting off. Okay, so I am going to put these in these red cups. Hopefully I'll be able to do each one to their own cup. This one will have its own cup, this one have its own cup. Now, once they end up in these cups, then that's going to present a whole new problem, because then where am I going to store the cups while they grow? And this is the month of August. It's August 8th, and I don't have like a huge mesh to cover these. I mean, I can put a mesh over them, but then when they start to kind of grow some, and maybe what I'll do is maybe have them like this in the cup, and then that way during the month of August they can stay covered under the mesh before they kind of start getting a little tall and be ready to lift the mesh up some. And all of this is to keep for the mesh to be a barrier between my leafy greens that I'm trying to grow and the cabbage moth. Put those in there. But then another problem presents itself as to where we're going to store them at, because they can't go out on my table in the yard because it's too hot. I mean, this is August. I could keep them underneath my carport. I don't know, I probably will do that, but just have to kind of play around with that scenario. And just let them get to a certain point to where I feel comfortable putting them in the garden, and then the mesh will cover them in the garden on the ground. So that's my plan of action. I do think this did well for them to start. Not only did this help with keeping them protected from the cabbage moth getting at them as they were coming up, but the snails. So in my last video, I was so disgusted. I started up 2 cucumber seedlings because I wanted to try to see if I can have some late summer cucumbers, and they literally went out there and just mauled them. This was good because I was able to cover this up at night, keep it closed at night, and the slugs couldn't get to these because the slugs would have took these out. So that's my video for today. Just a little quick video, give you an update on my fall gardening efforts. I'm in the seedling stage, trying to get something going. I still have other things that I want to plant. Red Russian kale, I'm going to try that again with seeds that I saved. I have seeds that I want to direct sow into the ground. I'm going to, like radish. I think I might try to play around with carrots again. I don't know. I need to do something different. Carrots just, they grow, but they're always mangled up in my soil. So I'm going to try something different. But that's the great thing about gardening. You can just keep trying and then find out something that works for you. So that's my plan of action, is to see if I can get this fall garden started up, even though it's blazing hot out here. I'm not putting anything in the ground just yet, just trying to get stuff started so that when the temperatures do let up, I'll have something that I can put in the ground that didn't cost me any money to do. However, I will be visiting nurseries, because I do like to find some stuff in fall stuff in the nurseries just to throw in the garden. So just wanted to give you an update on my fall gardening efforts, and thanks for watching. Have a great day. Good morning, this is Miss Lally, and today is Thursday, August 9th, I believe. Yeah, the 9th. And this is my overgrown herb garden, oregano and chives, and some rosemary right here. But the focus is this tomato plant that I had planted here, and it was a broke off tomato top. And it was doing just great. And yesterday I happened to come out and look and seen that it looked like this, and I was like, oh no. So I'm looking all around over here for a tomato hornworm, looking at this plant here, and I'm like, well, if that's all it ate, I'll never be able to find it. But just a couple of steps over, it's my the kitchen garden beside the carport, and tomato plants. They have all their leaves, nothing's ate off over here. And so I look some more, and then I noticed my pepper plant leaves were ate up on this plant right here, and on this plant right there, and on this plant right here. And hold on, a plane's coming. Okay, so I'm thinking, and so I'm looking over here on my pepper plants, and I did find a huge hornworm had attached itself to one of my pepper plant leaves. So yesterday I cut it off and threw it on top of the carport for a bird snack. So I am quite amazed the fact that the hornworm came from over there and marched its little self over here, past these, and came over here, gnawed on my pepper plants, and I guess was gonna go into its next stage of life. So just wanted to share that with you. That was the third tomato hornworm I have plucked out of my garden this year. And also, just my Roma tomatoes have taken off very well. all of these plants over here are near my carport where they get shaded most of the day, and the plants have done really well. They have not gotten fried by the sun, so that is very interesting to me to see that these tomato plants have done very well. Even these over here, which came from these were suckers. 2 of these were transplants, but the rest, I think it's 2. Yeah, it's 4 plants here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 2 are planted here, were transplants, and 2 are suckers that were taken off the tomato plants in the big garden and placed over here, and they have all done well. Even the one that got attacked over here came from was the one that was broken off, and they all have done very well over here. Oh, and this is my poor little cucumber seedling. I don't know if it's going to come back from that. The slugs came over here and did a number on it, so I think that's going to be it. So the slugs are back out. I think my little frog that showed up this summer has something happened to him because the slugs are back. Okay, so I'm in my back room, and I am going through transplanting my seedlings into their red cups. Let's see if you get an idea how some of them are looking. You know, very tender. I broke one. These are Georgia collards, and I only have one vate collard. Yeah, this is my vate collard. I'm labeling the red cups and putting the date that I started the seeds on the cups. I'm reusing these cups that I used last year. Some of these are from the year before, but I also have bought some new cups. But these are great for starting your plants in, and then from this point, then they go into the ground. So I am removing my seedlings out of the cupcake tray, and they did really well. My vate collards, I only had one seed that germinated. It was just that one, but my Georgia collards were all right here, and this is curly kale. So all of this is going to go in the red cups, and then from there, my dilemma will be keeping these protected from the cabbage moth and slugs. So I would like to keep them under my carport. I have pulled out my mesh. It's like a kind of like white mesh, but it's got holes in it. So I was trying to keep these low enough in the cup so that when they do grow, it'll be some time and the mesh can just cover over the cups. So hopefully that will work out for me and keep the mesh will be a barrier so that these will be able to grow nice and healthy and not have to deal with being attacked by the larva of the cabbage moth. So we'll see how that takes off for me. So just wanted to give you an update on what I'm doing with my fall garden. This is what you got to go through to get these seeds up and off to a good start. And I will also be visiting nurseries just to see what they have going on as far as things plant in the fall garden. And I'm excited about the fall time. I love the coolness of the weather, the colors, everything fall is just great time of year. So I am really looking forward to this, and really looking forward to doing a fall garden again this year. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Good morning. This is Miss Lally. Today is August the 10th, Friday, and Out here Friday morning, just working on my garden. The goal is to try to get these leaves into my garden, but the plastic bag has been worn down by the element. Excuse me, it's extremely humid out here. I got these leaves sometime last year, so they've been rained on, snowed on, sunned on, you name it, element wise they've been dealt with. So the plastic, I can't pull it, so I'm gonna have to wait for the husband to come home to finish that part of trying to get these leaves onto my garden over here, onto my strawberry patch over there. This pumpkin plant I'm getting ready to take out. So I don't know much about growing pumpkins, and all I can say is that over here it did fairly well, very well. It's just that every time a female flower would pop up, the fruit, it would never get fertilized, and I would get that issue right there. And the male flowers always form back there, female flowers up front. And like I said, I don't know much about growing pumpkins. This was my first year. I did get 3 small pumpkins from the Walmart pumpkins, and this is one of the seeds. This is one of the plants from the Walmart pumpkins. But it is also a haven for these critters. Let's see if I can get in there. For these critters, and I'm tired of dealing with these things. So, sorry for sniffling. It's extremely humid out here. So, and I'm sweating up a storm. So I'm going to take this plant out, and it's getting powdery mildew. It's just humid out here. However, I've been taking out some of my tomato plants, and I did save some of these to try to root them and put them in the ground, and maybe I'll have some tomatoes to carry me through parts of the fall before it get too cold. And that's about it. This is what's left of my tomatoes. So it's still putting out some tomatoes, so it's not bad. Not bad. But I definitely have gotten a good tomato harvest this year. So just wanted to give you that quick update. Thanks for watching.